Hello guys, how you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly and welcome back to another episode of the Premier League Verdict, where the scariest monster that you should be trying to avoid this Halloween is Paul Bloody Scholes. The man is off the rails. Anyway, welcome back to the Premier League Verdict, lads. I hope you are having a very, very good day indeed. You may be wondering why this is coming out on a Monday, seeing as though there's a game between Wolves and Everton happening tonight. Well, I don't really care about that game. I'm sorry. I just don't. I wanted to get this out. I'm up in college this week again, so, I don't want to have to do another car verdict. So it's coming out on Monday rather than Tuesday. Sorry, Everton and Wolves fans. It's just the way it has to be. Once again, lads, we have our graphic up in front of us with the green, yellow and red box, as we do for every single week this season on the Premier League Verdict. And without wasting any further time, let's get straight into our first box of the video. And I'm going to get straight talking into Chelsea. Green box for this week for the Premier League leaders after a brilliant win 3-0 away at Newcastle. And a lot of you might be thinking, look, Newcastle have had a very shit start to the season. Yes, they've had their unbelievable takeover, but the effects of that still haven't really transpired yet, and Newcastle are still, well, shit. And you'd be right, but I don't know why, because over the last couple of seasons, Chelsea's trips to St. James's Park haven't always been the best as far as we are concerned. It never seems to matter what kind of form Newcastle or Chelsea are in. Chelsea could be top of the league, Newcastle could be bottom, but for some reason or another, Newcastle decides to just put up a really good fight against Chelsea FC. But luckily, that was not the case on Saturday. Although maybe I am being a little bit harsh, because in fairness to Newcastle, they were defensively resilient for most of the game, but into that last kind of quarter of the game is where it all started to fall asunder for them. And to be honest, looking at Chelsea's squad going into the game, I still would have thought we had enough to beat Newcastle, and comfortably. However, there still always is going to be that fear when you're missing the likes of Lukaku, Werner, Mount was ill, Kovacic is out for the next couple of weeks, CONTE was back but not fully fit. And it really is, testament to the lads who've come in. Kai Havertz, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Hakim Ziyech, Loftus-Cheek and Barkley have come back and have proved to be really valuable assets to Tuchel for the overall squad. But they all played their part in Chelsea's 3-0 win, but I don't think anyone played a part quite as big as Chelsea's right wing back Reece James, who produced two absolutely unbelievable goals to get Chelsea well on their way. Kai Havertz was fouled by Karl Darlow in the box for Chelsea's third, Jorginho converting the resulting penalty and making it a comfortable afternoon up on Tyneside for Tuchel's men. And in a weekend where Liverpool and Manchester City both drop points, which we will get into in a minute, it makes Chelsea's 3 points against Newcastle all the more valuable moving forward. A massive win going into our game against Burnley, who then themselves actually got their first win of the new season as they beat Brentford by 3 goals. I think Newcastle are actually still waiting for their first win, but luckily Chelsea did and got a massive win, made bigger by our yellow box for this week. And the shocking factor for the week goes to Liverpool and Manchester City dropping points. Liverpool bottling a 2-0 lead at Anfield against Brighton. When they went 2-0 up through Henderson and Mane, you kind of did think surely it's going to be a really clear-cut routine victory for Liverpool, but that couldn't be further from the case. An unbelievable comeback from Brighton. And meanwhile at the Etihad, a massive result for Crystal Palace away at Manchester City. They seem to just turn into prime Barcelona. They've got the colours, haven't they, when they go to the Etihad, don't they? Like, it's actually unbelievable. Zaha and undercover on loan Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher with the goals for Crystal Palace. An unbelievable victory for them, and they have started off this season far better than I ever could have imagined them doing, to be quite honest. Patrick Vieira has the side well organised. They're showing lots of fight, lots of grit. Zaha is starting to look back to his best. Obviously he got the first goal, and they're just overall looking like a very well-rounded side. And obviously, look, I gotta mention the fact that City did spend half the game with 10 men. Laporte was sent off, but it's still a massive feat. Not many sides go to the Etihad and get a result, let alone a win these days. And credit to Crystal Palace and Patrick Vieira, an unbelievable result and doing Chelsea a massive favour. It is possible that we could look back at the end of the season at these kinds of results, Liverpool dropping points at Brighton, City losing to Crystal Palace at home, and think, could this be the making of a very special, potential title-winning year for Chelsea? I don't want to jinx it or anything like that, but I'm not saying I believe in any of that hoodoo. But always a very good weekend when title rivals like City and Liverpool drop points and Chelsea pick up a comprehensive victory away at Newcastle United. You absolutely love to see it. Let's move on to our red box then for the week. We are flying through it this week, lads, aren't we? Our stinker of the week goes to Tottenham. to Tottenham once again. People were branding this game El Sacico before kickoff, weren't they, between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. Obviously, United coming back off one of the worst results they've had for quite a while. I was going to say for many years, but they did lose 6-1 to Tottenham last season. There was a little bit of a weird dynamic going into this game for both Tottenham fans and Man United fans, I feel like. Obviously, fans want their team to win every single game. However, there was probably a little bit of an element of, if we lose here, our fraudulent manager might just get sacked. Which is precisely what has just happened. As of this morning, Nuno Espirito Santo is no longer the manager of Tottenham Hotspur. It's as if God has looked down upon me and said, you know what, Aaron? You thought you were going to get ahead of the curve by getting the video out and recording it on a Sunday. Well, real kicking the balls from me there. But yeah, Nuno is gone, and it looks as though Antonio Conte is going to be the new manager of Tottenham. He's going to be returning to the Premier League by the looks of things, as of Fabrizio Romano anyway. Yeah, bit gutted about that, not going to lie. We'll probably delve into it a little bit later in the week, but Antonio Conte looks like he's going to be the new manager of Spurs. Nuno is gone. It seems to be moving very, very quickly indeed. Back into the video. I know United fans who had that mentality going into the game. I know Tottenham fans that have had that mentality going into the game. I actually know Tottenham fans who are happy that United won by 3-0 and absolutely outclassed Nuno Espirito Santo's side. Despite a really good start in terms of 3 wins out of their first 3 games, it's been pretty much downhill for Tottenham ever since then. You think of the Arsenal result, you think of the Chelsea result, and now, on top of that, the Manchester United result as well. They just cannot seem to get it right against the big teams. They've got so many problems. They look very weak defensively. I think I would definitely say 3 of their back 4, absolute muppets. Emerson Royal, don't rate him at all. Christian Romero, likewise, and Eric Dyer, I've never particularly rated, to be quite honest. I think their midfield is weak, it lacks any sort of grit, and Dombele is a good footballer, obviously didn't play the weekend. I think Højbjerg, when he's put into the right system and he has the right players around him, can definitely be a really important asset for any team. Then you got the likes of Lo Celso and Dele Alli, who really are washed, in my opinion. You've also got then Harry Kane, who really doesn't look bothered, doesn't look like he wants to be there, and Saturday's result was definitely further evidence of that, in my opinion. You feel sorry for the likes of Son and Lucas Moura, which I will also say, massive negative reaction from the crowd when Nuno decided to bring on Steven Bergwijn for Lucas Moura, and to be honest, I think that reaction was very much justified. Question is now though, if Tottenham, do end up sacking Nuno, who did they bring in? Because who's going to want to take the job? They went through a massively long process in the summer of trying to figure out who was going to be the ultimate long-term replacement for Jose Mourinho. Obviously Ryan Mason came in, but he was never going to get the job, and they eventually gave it to Nuno, and it did at the time kind of feel like oh fuck, nobody else really wants it, we're going to have to give it to him. But it's an absolute mess. But as for Manchester United, I wouldn't really say they're off the hook yet. I think a lot of fans probably feel the same way about them. But it was a really, really good performance, and I got to give credit where it's due. Ollie changed the formation. He went to 3 at the back. I'm not even trolling when I'm praising Ollie here. Went to 3 at the back. Obviously having Raphael Varane back in was a massive plus for United, and he made a big difference defensively. Playing the 2 up top, I think Ronaldo and Cavani, that partnership, absolutely brilliant. Ronaldo gets the first, and it's world class, and further example of why he is possibly the greatest goal scorer of all time. He then sets up Cavani for United's second. Marcus Rashford comes off the bench to make it 3, and it was really a scoreline that didn't flatter United, because Tottenham never looked in any way threatening throughout the whole game, and that's awful when you consider it's a big clash between 2 of the supposed top 6. Tottenham really didn't show an awful lot of gusto, but I didn't expect them to, because it's Tottenham. Lads, that is where I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I value every single comment I get, whether it's positive, negative, or indifferent. I love them all. So please, let us know your thoughts on the Premier League weekend in the comment section down below. Also, leave a like if you did enjoy. If you disagree with any of the boxes, let me know as well. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Good luck. I've been trying to find a way